talcum powder, like you said, without you getting cancer in your scrotum. So I don't even know why anybody would want to take that anyway. But people did take it, and most of the complications were, if I'm correct, I know it was with women, and it was middle-aged Caucasian women.
Wow.
Well,
That
and
that
man, I'm gonna tell you something, man, that was really interesting about here in Georgia, bro. You know, in the state, they were passing out free vaccinations, man, and they kept having people pass out, man, by the dozens. And it was because they were passing out the Johnson and Johnson vaccination. But check this out: there was a little bit of a discrepancy because of that particular brand they were targeting towards the Black and brown community.
yikes.
There was a certain level of discount, yeah, man, a certain level of discount, man, that was disposed into our community, man. So like even, and I agree with totally what Pastor said, man. You have to do what's best for yourself, but man, you have to become knowledgeable in it too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Become knowledgeable in what brands are out here and what and they put it on the internet, the success rates, the vaccination rates, and all those kind of things. So just with anything, man, use wisdom.
I know he's on the road, y'all. So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's okay. We get it. Um,
It's
go ahead, bro.
it's important. It's definitely important, man, for our people to take care of themselves, man. Seriously. I've been teaching a series on vocal health and just health, period, for singers. I just think as people of color, we need to have our hands on our black seed liquid, people. Go and invest, get you some black seed liquid, get you some moringa liquid, get you some hemp seed tonic, some wellness. There's something called counterattack to build your immune system. This is something that is very serious. And to me, I felt like it should not have had taken something like this for us to get healthy. But while we're here, it's just imperative, man, for people to take care of ourselves now that they're opening up stuff. And I'm telling you, I was in Panera today, and people in there with their mask off, and you don't know
Mhm.
who's who, and people are coughing online and sneezing online. So the only thing we can do, in the words of Bishop Cortez, is just protect ourselves and pray and
That's a
pray.
fact.
But I'm on the fence with it, but I am praying. I have a lot of travel to do, but I am keeping my mask on. I've got all of them. I've got them all right here. I'm keeping all of them. I went in the store today and I was like, no, I'm gonna keep my mask on. We have to use wisdom. This is a
I agree.
hour where you must use wisdom, people. Please do.
I agree wholeheartedly. Anybody else want to tap in on that point?
I'm still a little nervous, guys.
I know that's right.
I hear
Yes,
you.
I don't care what y'all say. Johnson
I
and
hear you.
Johnson pay me whatever.
I ain't fooling with it. I hear you,
Uh,
Uncle.
to be honest, what makes me nervous is when you see all these things that are coming out, like the governor giving lottery tickets to those who are vaccinated,
Like
Like
right,
and
what?
right.
there's sections
Dude.
in the NBA games that for people who are vaccinated, which is okay, but to me, it feels like a segregation
It does.
situation to an
It
extent.
really
It
does.
may, it, especially when the president says, if you've been fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask anymore. So that to me, that makes people point a fingers to say if you are wearing a mask, apparently you haven't been vaccinated. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It makes people kind of point the finger at others who haven't to force them to do so. So all of those kind of things kind of make me feel a little iffy and weird about it, like there might be some sort of agenda to it.
Some,
So
something is up. If it
yeah,
walks
that's
like a
how I
duck,
feel.
talks like a duck,
Yeah,
that that
it seems like it's too many things that are forcing people, the public, to do so. I just saw a stat
Hmm.
today where the the patterns are broadening in DC. Somebody sent me this chart where the coronavirus chart is broadening. African Americans now in DC is like a rate of 83% who have coronavirus, and there's only like 8 to 9% Caucasian white Americans in that area who have it.
interesting.
So I feel like some
Interesting.
of those things are nothing but scare tactics, maybe. You know, who knows? But you know, I might give it a shot. We'll see. But I'm still yet praying. Amen.
Well, I know that's right. Well, I will say this: my mom and our mother and grandmother did get it, and they were fine. I know they did the Moderna, and I'm glad that they fine. And I told my mom, I'm glad you fine, because we all know this affects different people in different ways. So
Differently.
so everybody's not
You
going to
know,
be affected the same.
I got it. I got it a couple of months ago, but I had COVID at the end of October. So when I got my shots, I never lost my taste or smell, and I didn't have any breathing problems. But I think that was due to, you know, me taking, you know, your vitamins and working out and doing all of that stuff. I think. But when I got the shot, I had no problem. I took the Pfizer shot, so I didn't have no problems. My arm was sore a little bit, but other than that, we didn't have no problem. And about a week or two ago, somebody that had tested positive, that I know somebody that got tested positive after they got the shot.
That's crazy.
But what the shot does, it does not, they had no symptoms, and the shot is supposed to make you not pass it.
Correct. It doesn't mean that you can't get it. You just not
Right.
supposed to
Get it.
You're not supposed to get sick until death, pretty much.
Yeah. And you're not contagious. You're not contagious.
See, I heard differently. I heard that you can transmit the disease if you have it even after the vaccination. So
well,
I mean,
I've been around. We tested it because the guy that was around. He was at a choir rehearsal, and everybody that was around him was vaccinated, and everybody that went and got tested. Nobody came back positive.
Wow.
So, but this is the thing we have. Everybody hearing different things. It's like we don't know what to trust. We don't know what to trust.
Yeah, and then that's another thing to me, in my opinion. Like when you're vaccinated and you can still carry, you know, the virus. To me, that's like your check engine light not working, but your car is jacked up, but you don't know it's jacked up. Brian laughed because you know I'm telling the truth.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know if you're sick or not because you're too well to know if you're sick with the vaccine.
Right.
It's like,
and then if I can chime in, the other thing that I don't know if they came out with a final verdict for it. Is it going to have to be something every 12 months? So then are you renewing your card? Is it something that's going to be, you know, that's the whole thing. Is it going to be like the flu shot?
It absolutely is.
That's the mark of the beast, Reverend. Mark of the beast.
Listen. It absolutely is. Whoever, I couldn't tell who was speaking, man, but I don't know if y'all can hear me.
That was Justin. But, yeah, we hear you.
No, man, that's facts, bro. No cap, man. What they're doing is because the virus is just like that. Any type of viral, once it has attached to a host and a certain amount of people have herd immunity, it changes. There are different strands. The same way that happened with HIV, the strand changes. The same thing that happened with flus, the strand changes. That's why certain people, when you have antibiotics, you know, they encourage you to take all of your antibiotic, because if you don't, as soon as that particular bacterium or virus has encountered that antibacterial, it morphs into something different. So you have to, again, change the medicine or up the dose or change the whatever, you know, the vaccination may be. So it's not going to be like a one-shot cure-all, because the virus is too much in the preliminary stage. So they're just really trying to do a population, almost like a damage control thing before anything gets out too bad. And somebody made a very good point, and I can't remember which one, because all the brothers are spitting knowledge tonight, but he said it, you know, you really have to, it's really about how you treat your body prior to coming into this. You know what I'm saying? You know, we can't be eating cheeseburgers every day and chocolate chip cookies for breakfast, you know, and talking about I'm not running on the treadmill, I'm just running for Jesus, and you know, expect, you know, I'm gonna get this shot and I'm gonna be all right. Now, my brother, you know, you can die just from a regular cold too, you know what I'm saying? If your health ain't in a certain place, you know what I mean? So,
right.
You know, we have to make sure that it's a holistic approach, an educated approach to it.
You know, it's crazy that you touched on that, and I'm gonna give anybody else one. Titus Showers, if you want to jump in.
What's up, brother?
It sounded like you wanted to say something, or K-Joe, either one of y'all. But I just want to say this. Speaking of staying in shape, why is that an issue in our genre? it seems like we could come out looking like anything. And then we love everybody. I'm not, not because some of my favorites, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, we don't, what's up with that? But, why don't we pay more attention to that in this genre, you think?
Man, that's a loaded question. So I think way, and I respect what everybody's saying.
Correct.
To me, and I'm going to answer your question about why we don't pay much attention to our health and all of that type of stuff in this genre. I've been looking at it totally different. I've been noticing that a lot of our Black heroes over the past year have passed away, whether it be from COVID, whether it be from a lot of different things. And I can't, me personally, you guys can help me with this, but I can't think of any prominent white figures that have passed away from this disease over the past year, or anybody. So when you're telling me about I'm still at the beginning of the virus, trying to grasp how a bat from China or from Asia, wherever.
I'm still there too. Right, I'm still there too.
I'm trying to grasp how that morphed into this, that morphs into that, and so I gotta keep believing what they're telling me. And all the information is being, I gotta just believe what everybody's telling, what everybody's saying. We're wearing the mask. The more masks, the numbers are going up. Just like the more rubbers, the AIDS rate went up. You know what I'm saying? And so when I'm doing what you're saying, we still dying. So I'm just trying to, and I know everybody's being smart, and I am too. And for me, I'm with the other Jones, Stan Jones. I'm just kind of watching to see what's going on, because everybody lying. You know what I'm saying? Everybody.
Something ain't right. Something is not right.
Something ain't right.
So there are people in my family that got the vaccination. There are people that did not. And there are people that had the coronavirus. We have experienced everything. When we talk about our neighborhood and just us as a people, it just seems like, bro, why in the world? And the whole setup has been, it's because of something that was, that you had before the virus came. That's why it's hitting you guys the hardest. Well, can I go to the hospital? No, you can't go to the hospital because you might be contagious. And it seemed like the whole thing was set up for everybody to carry on an agenda. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't want to seem like I'm just the dude that's like, aha. But if I, if they don't want me to travel, or if they don't want me to go any place, if I have to just be around my family, then maybe I need to be. You know what I'm saying? If I just have, that this is me, brothers. Until the Spirit tells me what to do, that's what I'm gonna do. Now, the question was, why don't we pay a lot of attention to our bodies in this genre, gospel music? I believe that we use the Spirit to give us a pass on so many things. All right, we use God, back in the day they used to say, take all mistakes for love. I'm getting ready to sing this song, Take All Mistakes for Love. I'm not gonna take all mistakes for love. That means you didn't practice. That means the Bible says play skillfully. That means that you don't take your craft seriously. And in the mainstream, everybody is sexy. Even if you big, you better tattoo up or something, because appearance is what they have. We go by spiritual things, which is good, and we try to harp on the spirit that bodily exercise profit is little and all that type of stuff. And sometimes we come across as not caring for our body because we feel like we're more spiritual than you are. You might look better, you might be cut off, but I'm more saved than you. And I feel like that is how we get caught up, and that's how most of us die off. early, or you know, especially in the gospel genre. And I believe that it's time for us to be about health. Praise God, man. Because the COVID break, I was able to lose 65 pounds.
Come on
And
up in here.
I was getting,
That's
and
dope.
because of my schedule, I didn't have time to work out. I didn't have time. Like I see you brothers drinking water. I just didn't have the discipline. And so the break of COVID gave me an opportunity to slow down, be with my wife more. You know, we were in,
Real talk.
we had to start loving one another. And I got into being in better relationships with my kids because of that break. And so and then God just told you know, I sat in the mirror one day and was like, man, you got to do something about that. Now you don't have any excuse. And so you know, I started working out and getting my weight down. And so I think and it's also a rededication of me to God. I take this thing serious, that I don't want anybody in mainstream to take more serious for what they do than what I do for you. And so I just dedication.
That's
I know
good.
That's good.
but I rededicated myself by including my body. Yeah, we get in that word. Yeah, we know how to get in the studio and make sure that music right. But I was lacking on the body side. And so I had to get in there and dedicate everything. Lord, I give you all of this. You know, not just one side, not just, you know, gospel. We can sing. I believe gospel, we are the most talented group of people, in my opinion, musically on planet Earth. That's just
true.
Yeah.
nobody can sing, play like us. We make other genres hot. To be honest with you, there's somebody that played in somebody's church that's in the secular band that's making them hot. And but I just feel like when it comes to body, we don't really care. And I want to rededicate my life, and I have, to getting my body straight as well as my craft. You know, so I probably said too much.
No, that's necessary, bro.
That's dope.
Titus Showers, jump on in there, bro.
Definitely, man. What's up, fellas, man? Blessings upon each and every one.
What's up, Titus?
Man, no doubt. Man, I did get the shot, man. I got the Moderna, and I understand everybody's, you know, skepticism over everything, man. But I would definitely seek out the guidance of all that, you know, who supposedly know what they're talking about. I just trust God and see what He's gonna do in all that I do, man. I seek Him first, man, and I just believe that He'll make a way, and it's very important. Just like, you know, JC just said, you know, he was working out prior to this, man, you know, and that's what I was doing myself, man, building up my immune system, trying not to eat all of the late night snacks, man. I'm a big sweets guy, and I've been trying to cut back on that, man, you know, but it's, you know, that's my issue, bro. That's my issue. You know, I could drink water all day and I can even eat right all day, man. It's just important that, you know, even on the road, I go to a vegan spot. I love slutty vegan. I love vegan food. Me too. You know, but when I'm home here in Louisiana, we don't have those, you know, those extra, you know, vegan spots that I can attend. So I got to
help them, Lord. Help them, Lord.
Pray for me. So I got to learn how to
strength tonight.
So, man, so definitely, man, it's very important for stage stamina purposes, man. You know, I don't want to be somewhere lifting them up and get tired and staying boo me, you know, and can't cut the lights out and be, y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's so important, man. And I'll be checking Charles out, man. I'll be checking out his vocal lessons, man. And it's so important, man. I promise you, bro. I try to rock a little bit, and that's the best workout you can get on stage.
That's a fact.
On
stage.
Oh
true.
man, so man, what I do is, man, I got this sense of calmness. I get a mic stand, and that's what I use at first. And then I do a little jig if I have a long set, you know, but I definitely watch what I can do, make sure I work out in the morning time, because if I wait in the evening time, my day just gets so cluttered, and plus it's playoff time and the best player in the world getting ready to come on in about 20 minutes.
You already know. You already know.
Hands down. I agree.
You already know, baby. You already know. Forget the hate.
And so, absolutely. And so you got a set time where you can spend time on working out. And I even do my devotions while I'm working out, bro. I jump in that word. I pray, man. And I started fasting from soon as I wake up all the way to 12 o'clock, man. And then I give me some fruit it's just amazing what fasting and praying would do for you, bro. And definitely God has blessed me in that area, and I'm getting my stamina right. So, I can definitely be a blessing to the people of God each and every time
Man.
that I'm afforded that opportunity.
So dope.
Amen. Pastor L. Spencer Smith is with us tonight. One of the most,
What's up, fellas? What's happening, man?
one of the most singingest men I know. One of the most
Oh yeah.
men I know.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man. Y'all guys are kind, man. Blessings to all y'all. I was just leaving church doing a pre-record, so for Sunday. So I'm late hopping on, but man, amen to everything everybody has been saying. I've seen from the COVID how it has affected my church and how it's affected my family. And like me, I've gotten both vaccines, the Moderna, with no side effects or anything. My mom, who's 78, she got it with no side effects. And again, I do believe in using both the faith and the science. Science means knowledge, so making certain that we do use faith in that. But I agree with what Canton just said. Canton said something very powerful. And it's because the church doesn't understand the principle of awareness. When the Holy Spirit began to deal with Samuel about the next king, God said something to him that was powerful, but we only use the latter part of the scripture. And that is, men look at the outward appearance, but God looks at the heart. And that's not one principle, that's two. Men look at the outward appearance, and a lot of times men look at the outward appearance to tell what's really going on the inside of you. And so as many times people have been using, God knows my heart, I'm anointed, but yeah, you 400 and 500 pounds overweight, and you know all of that going on. And what do we say? What are we saying about a God that says gluttony is sin, overindulgence is sin? And if our humanity is the vehicle of our purpose, then what are we saying about our purpose and how much we care about it when we don't take care of our vehicle? How much can we say about the destination that we're trying to arrive if we don't take care of our car, if we don't wash it, if we don't change the oil, and all of those different things? So I think it's very important that a lot of times what we've seen is a lot of people have comorbidities that cause the COVID disease to really exact upon them, more harm. It was, and speaking to one of the doctors at our church, and he was saying, what I'm seeing is that it's not the COVID that's messing up a lot of the people. It's the fact that they come in with diabetes. They come in with all of these other things that affect them, and really the COVID is looking for something that is already defective. It is looking at something that you've already not been taken care of. My uncle that passed away, we literally saw him take his last breath on a Zoom call because they wouldn't let us in the room. So we saw him breathe his last breath on a Zoom call. But he was a lifetime smoker, and his lungs had been scarred. So once the COVID got into his lungs, there was nothing that the doctors could do. So in fact, the COVID only took advantage of a predisposition that it already had, and that's what we're finding out. Right, that's what we're looking. That's what my doctors and all of them have been saying, is that we've got to take better care of ourselves, and and if we don't do that. And it's not just COVID. Any kind of disease or cold will take advantage of you if you are not taking care of yourself. That's very important. But it's important. Men are looking at us as well. Men need to see that we are healthy. People are looking at us. We need to know that we're not, and I don't want to sound, disparaging or cast aspersions, but fat and sloppy and unkempt and all of that kind of stuff, sweating, all that on the stage, and we're talking about a God and having heart attacks or not having insurance, proper insurance. We got Gucci, we got Louis, but you don't have insurance, health insurance to take care of yourself or your family. That's not a good representation of God. And so it's very important that we really begin. I think we have to be the generation that really takes this to another level and really assert that, yes, a part of us being Christian, being gospel singers, is making sure that we do everything that we can body, soul, and spirit. God didn't just give us spirit. He gave us a body and a soul. So we got to take care of all three of that. The word whole simply is the word hygiene. And that word hygiene is not about how you smell. It's about how you are in a position for the total health of your being. So proper hygiene is just not I put on deodorant. It is also how I look at my emotional well-being, how I look at my spiritual well-being, and how I look at my physical well-being to say that I have proper hygiene. And so a lot of times we're putting cologne and body oils on a cancer that's getting ready to happen because we're only looking at one part of our hygiene being the outward, when in fact, and how we smell, when in fact hygiene has to do with the whole man. And so we've got to be a generation, especially of male gospel singers, male singers, that take care of our total hygiene so that we can live long. We can live long to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Because I ain't trying to die in the midst of what God is doing for me. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to live as long to see my great grandchildren. That's what I'm living to do. And that's important, man. So, long live us, long live the kingdom, long live everything that we do, because we are important. You are your most valuable commodity, and if we don't take care of you, that's going to be a problem. You can do it without them, but you can't do it without you.
Woo, Pastor, you got me over. Remember that episode on Martin when he was like, "Yes, Billy D, yes, Billy D." That's what I'm over there saying. Go ahead.
You crazy. You are crazy. Right. We can do it without all of these audiences, but we cannot do it without ourselves. You are the most valuable asset God has to use with regards to your purpose. And if you don't take care of you, if you the preacher, listen, our hospitality is killing us, because after I finish preaching or singing, I got fried chicken, I got potato salad, I got all kind of cakes and all kind of in my room in the hospitality suite. And they get offended. No, seriously, they get highly offended when my administrator says he doesn't eat after this time of night. He only eats fruit tray or salad or some light grilled chicken. He's that if you do collard greens or macaroni after a certain time, he's not going to eat it. They get offended and think that I'm being uppity. I'm being, but no, I have a wife and 3 children I got to take care of. You know what I'm saying? I got to come home to them and live home for them. Shoot, I want to walk my daughter down the aisle. I don't want to be, indulging on all this other stuff and then miss out on life because, that. So we got to change the whole mindset of what we do. We got to do that.
Exactly.
Anybody else want to type in on that? Pastor is preaching to us tonight. Jesus.
So good.
Jay Clayborn.
What's up, fellas? I ain't get to say what's up to everybody. What's up, y'all?
What's up, Jay?
What's cracking, y'all?
This man is planning for a special time coming up. What do you got to say to everything that's been said thus far? And Bishop Cortez, we see you moving. We see you working.
He working out.
Man, I just think, you have to pray about what your next move is as far as is concerning with all of this COVID stuff. Like I said, I took the Pfizer shot and I've been fine. No side effects or anything of that nature. I just feel like you have to take care of yourself. Working out also too is a stress reliever.
It is.
It is a time for me, a time of thought process and reflection.
Yep.
And to release the woes of the world or the woes of things that are happening in your life, or just the stresses of just everyday movement, taking care of your kids, your wife, work, all different things that you got going on. I just think that, for me, getting up in the morning, going to the gym for an hour and 15 minutes and hanging out with a couple of my bros, it's also too a fellowship moment. So it's a sharpening tool. One of a pastor friend of mine who's running from the mayor of our city, who I went to high school with, we work out together. And then another one of the ministers of music in the city that I grew up with, we work out together. So it's a time for us also to talk and also to sharpen one another. So I think it's multiple different things of taking self of your, it's self-care on different levels. It's self-care mentally, it's self-care physically, and it's self-care also to keep brotherhood. Because I don't have a lot of friends. I'm gonna just be honest. I'm not ashamed to say that.
You got a friend in me.
No, and I love all of you brothers. You know what I mean? And I consider you all brothers and friends of mine. But I don't have a lot of friends. I scheduled that. I say that, because, we have used that term bro and sis so loosely. You know what I mean? And so I don't use that term. If you're my brother, then you're my brother. It means if you're down or you got something going on, I can pray for you. You can call me. You know what I mean? If you just don't feel like it today and you're like, JD, everybody getting on my nerves today. And I can be like, you know what? You have days like that. People get on my nerves too. You know what I mean? So if we brothers and we fam, that's what family and brothers do. So I think it's a brotherhood situation too, of building brotherhood. And then you're bearing your brother's burden. So, if I got a friend of mine who I work out with, where if he ain't doing the reps right, they call me the rep counter. I'm like, no, that ain't how they said do the workout. And we laugh and we joke about it. So it's a release on your mind and the endorphins. It brings the joy and peace back in your heart. And then also too, people watching you and say, you don't know how, the ministry of presence. A lot of times they see you and they know what you do and they know who you are. And the ministry of presence, like, man, he's really trying to take care of himself and take care of his body. So I'm all for that. I believe in it, and I love what Bishop L. Spencer said. It's important for you to do all of that: your soul, your body, your mind. Because I'm telling you, when I get in that gym, sometimes you don't feel like it, but just the fact of one of them reps, and then if somebody say something and you laugh, you trigger that joy and that peace that overtakes whatever that situation is going on.
I'm glad you spoke about that. I was having this conversation with someone earlier today, and they were saying they didn't need any friends. How important is it to have a friend, Pastor Stan Jones? Is it important at all?
It is. I mean, I can definitely relate to what Jason was saying. As a creative, it can be a really lonely road. That's real talk, because people who are not in that world per se, they don't know what it takes to be who you are. You don't get off at 5 o'clock every day and go to the crib. Like it's not like that. It's a different type of life for, people who probably need more from you. They're not getting that, and they'll abandon ship. But it's definitely a road that is travel that could be very long. I'm gonna be real about that. So you can have some friends out here, but I agree also what Jason said. People can say bro, sis, but who are you talking to when it's necessary? In your life that you really need help on some serious issues. It's probably very few, But I've heard before that if you can find a couple of friends and you are, real genuine friends, and you're considered blessed. So I appreciate, the fact that everybody's, who's on this call, I do consider brothers and friends. So yes, I think it's possible, but it like I said, you need people in your life. I fuss at people all the time who are so private that they don't want to let people know sometimes what's going on. But if you cut everybody off in that way, who do you have praying for you?
Wow.
Who do you have, trying to go before God on your behalf on those situations? Nobody but you, because you're so private and prideful that you don't want to let people know, what's really going on. So, I mean, I was watching, did anybody catch Aaron's live on Instagram recently? He was just going in about different things as a creative, and
Aaron who?
creator, Aaron Lindsay.
Oh no, I missed that one.
Yeah, it was it was very transparent and truthful. You know, he was talking about times when he was starting where his per diem was his whole life, you know, to help him eat because he didn't have anything. You know, he was in tears. It was some real stuff. But I'm saying that to say that we all need somebody. So if we can find somebody, that's a blessing. That's for sure.
So true.
We all need his help. How important is it not to take for granted the help, Pastor Justin? You muted, I think.
You muted.
My bad. You know how Janet has the song, you don't realize what you have until it's gone. So often I think, you know, even with COVID, we didn't realize from going to church to going to the store, you know, all these things that could, you know, go like this. And, you know, I had just made this post. Our church alone in the last year has, now not in-house, not from our church, but we basically did about 50 funerals. So people are leaving this earth left and right. And about half of them, I'm 32, half of them were either my age or younger. And about 5 of them had committed suicide. So I say that to say people are dealing with some silent issues, you know, some things that they feel like the road is the end. And a lot of it is they feel like they don't have a friend that can understand truly what it is that they're going through. So to answer your question, man, you can't take for granted or take advantage of what you have. And I was just reading, one of my friends, Michelle Williams, just came out with a book titled Checking In. And she was sharing about how mental health is real. And just to be transparent, I saw myself in a lot of the things that she was going through and the depression and anxiety that I didn't even realize that I was dealing with. And I think a lot of times in our culture, we just code it to, oh, they just having a bad day, or you know, they just not feeling it. And but one thing that she said, which was very, very just good to me, was there are some connections that we have to seek. We have to actually seek. And I think sometimes as men, you know, we don't want to be vulnerable. We don't want to, you know, share. We're just naturally private. We're the one that helps everybody else. Or, you know, sometimes we expect people to come to us. But I believe in these seasons, we have to sometimes seek what it is that we're looking for in others. And in order to seek it, it may cause us to be, you know, be a little bit more transparent. So I think it's important that we don't take them for granted or take advantage, but I just don't think a lot of us have a lot to take, you know, for granted in the first place. And I think it's for a myriad of reasons, but I think we do need it. We need that safe space. But I think so often it's because we feel as if we're gonna be the only one, or we feel as if, but I think we need that safe place.
Yes, that is wonderful. I'm sorry, y'all. Stan Jones just texted me. I'm sorry. But anyway.
Hey, Bishop Cortez Vaughn's mask is wearing me out.
I love that mask.
I keep on looking at that thing.
It's so scary. I'm like,
I said, that's his face, and I seen him on Instagram. So it's hilarious to see somebody with an actual one.
K Joe, you there with us?
Yeah, man. Eating though.
All right. Well, we'll come back.
About health. I ain't want to be the one to be like, you know.
You must be busting down some chili Fritos over there, something.
Bro, nah, bro. Forget it, bro.
Oh,
and,
God.
I was talking about health and all of that. And I was like,
you
man,
said I'm over here eating spaghetti.
I don't want to be the dude that make everybody stumble, but I'm hungry.
Yo, but I want to ask you this, and then you go back to eat your spaghetti.
All right, go ahead.
Or we could come back to you, either or.
No, go ahead.
Endurance. As someone who has been in the game for 20 plus years and still going, you know what I'm saying? What is the key? What is the true key to sticking around and staying relevant?
One of my favorite passages is when the Battle of Ziklag, David, they came back from one of their battles, and all the women and children, everything was gone, and David had to go into a cave because the homies was talking about stoning him. And the Bible says that David encouraged himself. And as a musician, you know, I had to learn because I understand the space of being alone. You can be in a crowd full of people and still feel alone, especially as a pastor, as a leader, as the one everybody's pulling on. You feel like, man, everybody's here to take, nobody's here to give, and you can feel alone. And I felt alone a lot. Today is actually my dad passed 11 years today, and so you're talking about longevity. You know, I've carried that badge because my dad introduced me to music. He did Cortez. I love Cortez. Even though people know me for hip hop, I'm all over the place when it comes to music. And every year, as a badge of honor, I just would celebrate his death like I celebrated his life. So I got 2 days to think about. I got to think about his birthday and his death date. Then my mom passed in 2017. Then I got to think about her birth date and her death date. Then I have a day that me and my wife had a miscarriage. Then I think about that date and all these dates that just pull from me. And today is the first time, I'm talking about the first time since my dad has been gone that I actually vocally divorced those dates to say, wow, I can't do this anymore. I can't give death to energy.
Glory to God.
I now celebrate mom and dad's life. But mom, dad, y'all know I love you. I can't give you that energy. And so, because when it comes to longevity, you need the energy to keep going.
Wow.
There's so many things that pull from you, you know, and you need the energy to keep going. So I encourage myself. Other thing is, I have the best wife in the world, and I know y'all gonna say the same thing about your wife. But my wife is one that I go into that place to vent. Now my vent is different maybe than other Christian gospel people vent. My vent is ugly, it's graphic, it has a lot of curse words in it. And you know, I have to get it out, because if I don't get it out, it's gonna come out in a song or it's gonna come out in a sermon. And
a diss record.
Huh? You know, people who with clean vents, you guys have a talent that I don't have. So my wife covers me in that, and I cover her in that, and it keeps me going. You know, because if you can't, any body that doesn't have a vent is about to explode. And so I always have a vent. Baby, this hurt my feelings. I go to my wife, tell her, man, that thing hurt my feelings, or I feel like I should have did this and did that, or did I really take care of my mom? I know I did, but did I? And she reassures me of all the things, and then that gives me an energy to keep going. So you're talking about almost 20 years game, whereas I have to say, hey, man, am I good? Are we good in our relationship? Are we straight? Because friends come and go. You know, brothers stay, friends come and go. You know, you got your brothers that you can vent to, but that's you can count them on your hand that know all your business. You know, right. And so the subject is longevity. When you're talking about longevity, bro, you gotta be able to keep your mind healthy, and your emotions healthy. You know, and that's hard for a person that's always, when you come to the concert, seem like they got it all together. The pastor said, I didn't know that he had problems, because he always had a word for us. And when you're consistently pouring and nobody is pouring back into you, it's a recipe for disaster. And so, man I'm telling you, you got to get somebody that can sit you down and say, man, I'm gonna tell you. Well, I got brothers that just call me and say, bro, I don't want anything. I just call to speak into your life, and they leave messages, bro, and I just listen to them as lifelines. And sometimes I'm crying, I'm in tears that God gave them a word for me at the right time because I was getting ready to snap or go crazy, and they just say, bro, I just call you, bro. I don't want nothing, man. God chose you for this, and blah 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 blah. You're a good husband, you're a good father, and I just sit there and cry on voicemail because I haven't had a lifeline in so long because I've been giving lifelines to other people.
Wow.
And so that has fed my spirit over the years. Sometimes, bro, I don't hear from some dudes but once a year, and it's a lifeline though. It's like, bro, I just needed to hear that right then.
Right there.
You know what I'm saying? And so this right here is healthy because sometimes, bro, I don't need to sometimes hear from you guys, but this right here is healthy because I can just see my brothers. Right. Like I could just see my brothers. Man, man, he looks like he's doing good. And that encourages me to keep going, you know. And so a lot of if you guys are battling in your mind, you don't have to flex for people. You don't have to front and act like you got it all together. Man, get some help. Talk to somebody.
True.
If you can't talk to your wife, talk to, you know, sometimes you can't get the pastor. My pastor was famous. I can't get to him. So, you know, if that's the guy that I'm supposed to talk to, I can't get to him. Who else, God, do I talk to? And so God has given me lifelines over time. And that's been something that kept me going. You know, it kept me going. It kept me out of scandals. It kept me from going crazy. It kept me from saying, man, forget this with another F. You know what I'm saying? And so God has blessed me to keep going simply because of stuff like this, bro. Like y'all we just loving on one another, giving each other, you know, little gems to go on. You never know what people need, man. And so that's how I keep going. I feel like I got another 100 years in me if I could keep getting all of my emotions out. Probably got more than that.
True.
If I could just stay level-headed and God keep blessing me to meet brothers like y'all so we can talk it out. You know, but that's mainly
that's great.
You know, how I do it.
That's why I love K-Joe, man. He just gives it to you real from the heart. And that's real. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we would have left acting out if we had more sessions. How important is mental health? I mean, we know how important it is, but elaborate on it, Charles.
Man, mental health is everything, man. If we don't turn to that centerpiece, man, we're bound to destruct. We're definitely bound to destruct. One of the things that I'm just getting from everybody, it's just such an encouragement to hear, is one word comes to mind when I heard everybody speak: accountability. Accountability, not just friends, but people to be accountable to, you know, because if you hear somebody saying, look, you like Pastor Canton said, listen, you got to keep going. You can't give up. You can't afford to break down right here. You got to break through. I think accountability to the call is everything, man. And that's where I'm at. You know, before I came here today, I'm telling you, y'all, I don't know, I went outside, the sun was just shining, and I felt like I was on some commercial, like something. It just was a beautiful day. And I said to myself, yo, you about to get in this gym, you gonna eat this veggie burger, and then you gonna go in there and you gonna get this 2 hours in, and you gonna do what you gotta do. You got 1,000 calories to burn. And I made myself accountable to be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this with all the people in my ministry. We all call each other. You know, the other day, I felt myself about to slip at Cold Stone. I rolled up. Listen, I'm telling the truth. I pulled up at Cold Stone, and this devil that used my brother to teach me about this cake batter milkshake. You're supposed to be helping me do better, Trevone.
Yeah.
See, when I went there, Trevone, I told the devil I'm not going to have a large shake. And I was able to do it. I was able to do it some kind of way. They told me, Pastor, you can do it.
Hey,
no, I'm
trust
serious.
Hey,
it's real.
That's a fact.
It's real, bro.
It's real.
Jason,
I'm serious.
Guys, I was like, oh, shoot.
Jason, I'm serious. Jason, I burned 1,000 calories in the gym, bro. As soon as I finished, bro, the ice cream truck pulled up in front of the gym. Bro.
That's the devil.
Bro.
That's
I
Them
told that
sweets,
man, I
man.
said, why would you park here? I'm trying to get my whole life right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I made up in my
Right.
mind. It's just certain goals I got to reach. And I refuse to die before the manifestation. Serious.
Come on, man.
Serious.
That's
I've
good.
prayed too long, labored too long not to live to see the manifestation. Seriously. So accountability is everything. And I hold myself to it. Yo, I've been doing crazy. I've been just setting my alarm just to retext myself. Remember what you said. Stick to that diet. Just little simple stuff. You'll be surprised.
Right.
But in this season, y'all, we need discipline.
Yeah, man.
Discipline. You cannot have this great call, this great anointing with a lack of discipline. I'm telling you, it is a dangerous thing to be. I always say, one thing I don't want to do, bro. I don't want to get to the manifestation and don't live to see it through. That's called a tragedy. That's a tragedy. So I made up in my mind. I said, yo, this year, I called my trainer. I said, yo, this is my goal. She was like, but your birthday is coming up. I said, and that's every reason for me to live. I ain't thinking about no fried chicken, no cake, no nothing. I said, I got these 2 months, and it's a solid 2 months of straight discipline. And Jason, we got to do this. Uncle Stan, we got to do this. We got to get this 6-pack, y'all.
Yo, I'm telling you.
I feel so convicted because I was about to make these cookies in about.
You feel convicted tonight? You see, God is working. God is working.
See, you know what? It's always the skinny ones that can.
No. This camera is. But listen, let me say that about this too, because I think that's the misconception. You talked about weight. Listen, though I'm not huge, I still am not in shape. Like I'm still not as healthy as I should be. Put it like that.
Man,
well, let me tell you something. Go ahead, Jake. Go ahead.
It's crazy because my bad. I was my trainer. He can tell the way I move in the gym when I've eaten something I wasn't supposed to eat.
Yo, that's so true.
He'd be like, bro, like you just. He'd be like, I can tell, like the way you got down to do that push up. You ate a burger last night, didn't you? And I just be like, man, I'm sorry, man, because burgers is my thing. So I love a good burger. And it seemed like I was sitting watching TV the other night, man, and it's all the burger commercials was coming on. I'm like, man, come on,
bro. You know what you need to try, Jason?
Impossible.
I ate 2 today.
Impossible burger from Burger King.
Get the Impossible.
There is an anointing on
that
burger.
Check it, man.
It's a veggie burger from Burger
Impossible burger.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
Really good.
It's
Even
gonna
Applebee's.
set you right.
Applebee's
You ain't never going back to regular burger, bro. I'm telling you.
Because they had
it's good. I'm gonna check it out.
First, though,
Pastor Smith
they
know
had a
about
glitch
it.
in it at first, huh?
Pastor Smith, you know about that burger?
It's amazing. It is amazing.
Okay.
I'm gonna check it
They
out.
had like a little glitch in it at first, though, right?
But let me tell you, when you get that Impossible, make sure you get the barbecue sauce. I'm trying to help y'all. Jason, I'm trying to help you get
help me.
that barbecue sauce, and they're going to put like 10 feet of lettuce on it. Don't worry about it. Just keep eating until you find the burger. But I promise you, bro, that burger is right. And I'm telling you, bro, I've been doing good, bro. I came down like a good 20, so I'm doing all right. But I got a goal. My goal is 60. I'm not playing. I'm not going to be stopped. I'm not going to be stopped for nobody.
And that's
right.
And that's what
I'm gonna hold you accountable because that's what we talked about.
Need this. Bro, we need this. Seriously.
I think that's and Pastor Smith and somebody else said it too. Andre. It's the fact of in that stage, because of the talent that everybody had in the gospel music. Like I was watching videos of James Moore, and I was like, man, they were so anointed and so gifted. Why wasn't nobody telling them to push that plate back? You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Or certain ones, and I'm not gonna call their name in the industry.
Well, because
You
we
know
know
what I mean?
who they are. So you don't
We
have
know
to.
who they are. You know, well, I know that when you shoot them, they don't want you, they want to shoot from the chest up because they don't want you to
That's
see the
true.
stomach, and you know what I mean? So it's
That's
just
no
like,
way to
okay,
live,
so
bro. That's no way
no,
to
who's
live.
holding you accountable for that? Just because you are who you are, who's saying to you, stop, no more fried chicken. Stop. It's too many. You got 3 burgers. 1.
True. True.
Well, the
You
thing
know,
is, the truth is, the culture goes through phases.
Absolutely. Right.
So it's like at that, before gyms and workouts were cool, eating was cool. I've heard my father say personally that a big belly
That's
was
true.
a sign of wealth.
I've heard that
That's
before.
true.
wow, yeah, me too.
That's true.
I've
That's
heard
true.
that before.
So
That's true.
that I really think during that time, like there was a lot of people who were overweight, and it didn't bother anybody at the time because they could sing your
Right.
face off. I remember at one point, choir directors and choir organizers used to search for people who were overweight because they were deemed to be
I
the better
noticed that.
singers.
That's true.
Wow,
That's true.
that is
I've
true.
heard
That's
that.
true. That's true.
You know what? You know what's crazy about that, y'all? I just want to say this because I know we got creatives and artists up here. It is amazing. People don't know when you're overweight what that does to your vocal ability, singers. Do you know how that really affects our sound?
Right.
I'm telling you, I don't know if anybody's ever tried it. You ever see when you lose that weight and get that weight off of your core, how much energy and wind you have?
Right.
Seriously.
Facts.
I listen, ain't nothing like when you healthy and detox. Because this meat is pumped with hormones, y'all. We got to be careful. We have got to be careful. We got to be doing more greens because that's just where it's at, y'all.
More fiber.
Listen, I'm so glad I came up here tonight. So I got some brothers with me in the struggle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yes, sir.
That's true.
Well,
Right.
I'm just gonna tell y'all personal testimony, and we're gonna move on. But we have some things that run in our family, not because it runs in the family, it's because of a history of doing the wrong things. So if you just can change some of your eating habits, and you can change your outcomes. So I've changed my eating habit. I haven't had none of those struggles or problems since I've done that. You can still get your snacks. It's how you snack, right? So look, we got some sugar-free cookies over here.
Oh no, Trevone, no.
Sugar-free, you don't eat them all the time.
Trevone, sugar-free is disgusting.
No, but it's not bad. No, it's not bad. I'm telling you. For me, it's
I'd
not bad.
I'd rather not even have
it. I'm tickled.
I'm telling you, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Sugar-free is chemicals. Don't. Yeah. If it's not agave, if you got to do your research on natural sweeteners, but if you're not looking at the label, I cannot. It's PHEN. It starts with that. It's gonna put it in bold just to let you know.
Let me look. Let me
wow.
check.
Right. It's got from something. I can't think what it means.
But Pastor Spencer, it's really reverse psychology they're doing with us.
No sugar added.
You know what I learned, Pastor? This trick they've been doing on us for years. Do you know turkey bacon has more salt than
high in sodium?
Right.
That's crazy to me.
Correct.
More salt levels. So you would think because you eating turkey bacon, you doing yourself a good service. But I found that takes people pressure. So I'm just to the point. I'm just going cold turkey, y'all. I know that's not the best approach.
But bro, it's another thing. Is moderation. If I have a whole pack of these, I might as well have just ate me some Haagen-Dazs. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But if you're going, eat one or two, you're not killing you.
Well, and back to the idea. I think it was someone asked about how do you maintain balance. I mean, again, we got to be very careful as well not to live life in extremes. Swing over this way and the moderation is the thing. Your body lives in a state of homeostasis. All it is moderation. That's how you can tell. That's how you can tell. So it's not that you can't have a cookie or you can't have a slice of cake. It's when you eat the whole cake. It's when you eat the whole pack of cookies, because you need to please yourself to release endorphins so that it can create a happy feeling. You cannot live in a restricted thing all of the time in the hope that you're going to maintain physical health, because your mind is releasing, especially if you're not agreeing with it. So the idea is moderation and peace is found in discipline. And a lot of like some people turn off social media. They are addicted to social media. That's why they're living in an ultimate reality. They don't have peace there. You know, I grew up with all those great singers that we missed their gift, or their gift left us prematurely because they didn't take care of, they didn't live in moderation. But after a concert, I also saw how they ate, and I'm like, oh my God, how in the world can you do that? And I mean, and we enjoy it. Like Stan said, we enjoy it. We don't say anything because we enjoy their gift. We enjoy what they're doing, but we killed them. We aid and abet in killing them soon because they've surrounded themselves with people with yes men. I travel with my trainer. I travel, and when it comes time for after I preach, they'll ask me what I want, or if somebody's already fixed the plate, he'll tell them he's not eating this. He's not going to eat this. But I'll fix it for him. X, Y, Z. He's not going to do this. And again, it's a whole mindset that you have to tell people, hey, no, I just cannot do that. And you know, I don't know if it was Canton that said it, but when people see you look good when you're up preaching or singing, those after repass and all that, they won't even offer it to you because they're like, no, he's fit. No, he's that. And that's something you have got to live in a state of moderation. It's cool. I heard somebody say something about a blessed cold stone cake batter.
Amazing. It's amazing.
Not that I'm not. No. I mean, but we have this thing here called insomnia cookies. My God, today.
Man,
yes, of course.
That is, it's ridiculously
church.
good.
Yeah, I mean,
let me tell you something. Got the oil of the Lord on them.
Yes, they do.
Right. And you're gonna go to sleep for real if you eat those cookies, all of them. But again, nothing is wrong with the cookie. There is something wrong when you have to have the cookies. And normally it's not about your physical hunger. It is something that is depleted from your soul that you're trying to satiate to try to alleviate. It's just like the alcohol. It's just like any other thing that we do to try to stave off something else that we're feeling and don't know how to communicate. But a lot of times we communicate it through eating, and then we go to sleep, and it starts, the pound starts accumulating, and all of those different kinds of things. We got to take care of our colons. We got to take care of our prostates. We got to do all of those things, and we got to do them younger. We got to start doing them younger now. Why? Because they're putting so much stuff in the food, even the healthy food that we eat. And so we got to start doing much better and just kind of following up. And of course, some of those things, they have tests now that are a little bit better, that are not so invasive, and that, you know, but even if you got to go to a urologist or whatever, you know, and get a colonoscopy. You know, this year I turned 50, so I get my first colonoscopy this year, and I'm not excited about it at all. I'm talking about not at all. But my dad passed away in 2016 from prostate cancer, and my granddad from colon cancer. And I'm like, and it's because, number one, you know, we holiness Pentecostal, so sanctified, so the Lord will heal us. And two, not going to the doctor and letting them do thorough checkups. And so we got to do all of that, not only just balance, but make sure we take care of ourselves, because, man, I'm telling you, we cannot rob the earth of our gift too soon. We cannot do it. We can't do what some names we could call. We can't do that. I can't. The music is not, you know, their musical legacy to me is not finished. Now, we can say God knows it all and we don't argue with him and he don't make no mistakes. God ain't the author of a lot of this stuff, and we need to tell the truth. It was not his pen, because if God's going to take you, he can take you in a different way. He don't have to take you with your foot cut off and you got gout and you can't see and all these other kinds of things that's going on. He doesn't have to do that. We can do what we got to do and all of that. So it's important, brothers. I challenge all of you to get a full list, a full measure of everything in your body. You know, eat your cooking Trevone. Eat it and eat it to the glory of God.
I am.
Eat it to the glory of God. But look, one, maybe two, that's cool. That's fine. But bro, when you go too far, man, yeah. But see, now that I know, I know how to hit you and say, put that down. Put that down, man. Wow, definitely, man. Y'all take care, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, listen, I think everything is in moderation, as long as you do it in moderation.
True.
It shouldn't. James Mable is here with us.
What up, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
What's up, Jay?
What up, brother?
He coming from the church house. Tell us what you feeling, man. What do you think about what we've been discussing thus far, man? What do you got to say?
Man, literally, health is wealth, and I definitely agree with the whole moderation, man. I'm a country boy, and so when I go home to mama's house, mama is cooking like pork chops and bacon and sausage, like all at the same time. Like, mama, what you doing? But you know, you have to learn, man. It's balance is key. It's important, and so I wholeheartedly agree with what you guys have been talking about, man, since I've jumped in. But man, it's crucial. Because to me, one of my biggest goals is longevity in the game, man. I want to be able to last for a long time doing what I do. And so all these things, they work together. And then when you have a manager like mine, Greg Uncle G. Lyons, who is like, James, you can look good. You're at the barbershop every Friday. Your wardrobe is nice, but you can't be up there fat. I mean, he just comes straight at you like that. I mean, so
we need that though.
But that goes back to having people around you that are going to hold you accountable. Accountability is missing in today's time. So I'm, blessed and fortunate to know you guys on this call. I already know what I'm talking about, preaching to the choir, but it's so key, man. Accountability is everything. So do what you do. But have some folk around you that'll pull your coattail, man.
Imperative. It's imperative. It's imperative. Jay Clay.
Yo.
I thought you wanted to say something. Stan, being in this business for as long as you have, working with every artist, we spoke about what keeps you. We spoke about the longevity aspect. Let's talk about what is your take on what it takes to actually make it, if there's a such thing as making it, and what is making it.
What it takes to actually make it.
Because everybody's definition of making it is
it's very you have to work hard. You have to study your craft. You have to study to show thyself approved. That's what the word says. So you definitely have to do your homework for what you want to get into. Relationships are very important. You have to be extremely assertive, insert yourself in the places that you want to be. I've heard somebody say, fake it until you make it. I don't know if that works all the time, but you definitely have to believe in yourself that you are that person that you're trying to be before you get there. That's faith, actually. So when you acquire that amount of faith and actually get there, then you will look back and see who it was who actually got you there. So that's what I believe. That's what I believe. And if you stick with it and remain personable to a point to where your character will put you before great men, even before people can hear a note from you, they might just like the person that they're around first. And a lot of times once you get in the room, you can stay in the room if your character is there. There's a lot of talented people who got kicked out of the room because their character was horrible.
Yikes.
So
Yikes.
it's a lot of elements that can get you there, but studying is first and foremost. Whatever you want to do, you have to study. You gotta, if there's a handbook for McDonald's French fries.
Fact. That's a fact.
I'm just
fact.
Yeah, man.
Jay Clay, speaking of studying to show thyself approved, it's been a long time coming. He has some stuff coming out. You got us on mute too. I want to let you know that.
No, I don't. Can you hear me?
I couldn't hear. Well, you was clapping, and I couldn't hear the clap. So either
you couldn't hear my clap.
Yeah, now we hear you. Now we hear you. Jay Clay got some new music coming out, and
tonight at midnight.
At midnight.
Dopeness, bro.
So we said before we get on, we're gonna let him premiere some of that stuff real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. I just want to make sure y'all can hear this and hear it clear.
Yes, sir. Those of y'all that's watching, somebody.
Can you hear that? Is it clear?
I can hear.
Yeah. You can't hear it? I can't really
hear it.
I'm not getting it.
Take my headphones off. Let me take my headphones off, see if that's better.
Okay.
All right. Let me see if y'all can hear it better now.
Much better.
All right, cool. Here we go. This is called Almost There.
Let's get it.
Almost there. Bound to reach the mountain top from your valley.
Turn it up a little bit.
More. Turn it up.
Turn it up.
Almost there. God has big plans for you. Sees you going, don't you give up now. Yeah. But now I'm gonna make it. Gonna make it. Don't stop. Don't quit. Don't quit. But now I'm gonna make it. Gonna make it. Make it anyhow. Make it anyway. You're gonna make it. Make it anyway. Come on, Tommy. Oh, you're almost there. Yeah. I'll reach the mountains you're almost there. Don't stick it out. You're almost there. God has it all. He sees you so. Don't give up. Don't quit. Every now I'm going to make it. You're gonna make it. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't quit. You gotta believe it. You gotta receive it. You're gonna make it anyhow. You're gonna make it anyway. You're gonna make it anyhow. Yes, you are. You're gonna make it anyhow.
All right, so that's almost there.
That's almost
Man, proud of you, bro.
Yo,
Yo,
that's
send
fine.
us the promo so we can promote, bro. You
Oh
know how
yeah,
we do.
I'll send it to all y'all, and y'all can pull it. It's all. I'll shoot it to all y'all now.
Dope, dope,
But
Dope
11:30
is, man.
tonight, man.
dope.
It's going down. I tell everybody, 13 songs, no skips. This is the new God's Property album.
All right.
We bringing back that vibe, that gospel vibe. That
I
we
love
listen
it.
in
I
gospel.
love it. We need
God's
I love
Property
it.
album,
I
no
love it.
skips. I got something on there for everybody.
That's what I'm
Everybody.
talking about.
I love it.
Everybody, and it's
Awesome,
all
bro.
singable at church. Choir music for everybody.
I love it. I love
Dope.
it.
Dopeness.
Almost there. How you wrote that song?
Yeah.
How did it come about?
I was I honestly 7 years ago when my son was born. 7 years ago when my son was born, I was riding in the car taking him to daycare, and you know how there's a rear view. You have your rear view window, but I put a rear view window on the back window so that I could see my son while I was driving.
Wow.
And I was riding him out there, and I was like, man, I just don't want to do this no more, God. Like, I'm tired of feeling like I'm moving forward, but it feels like I'm stagnant. What's going on? Like, why do I keep feeling like there's forward motion, but it feels like I'm still being stuck in a place?
Wow.
And why is that?
Wow.
Why does it feel like there's forward motion happen? And I looked in the rearview window, and at that time, my son was a baby, and he was smiling at me when I looked in the rearview window, and the Lord spoke to me and said, "You're almost there."
Wow.
And I took that in two different ways, because the verse says, "You're almost there, about to reach the mountaintop from your valley times. It's time to get yourself together. Don't sleep your life away. You're almost there. God has big plans for you. He sees your sowing. Don't you give up now." And that's where the verse came on. Don't stop. Don't quit. Declare now you're going to make it. Make it anyhow. Make it anyway.
Man,
That's the whole lyrics. And
giving
then
up, giving up is easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the easy thing.
And it was two ways to it, because I thought about it in, I'm almost there, but what is the almost there? And what is that process? What does that process look like? Is it my time of where I thought I should be at that moment? Or is it where God has me, or God has us in the moment for him to teach us until we get to the there?
To the there. That's so good.
You know what I mean? So it's so many different, man. Every song on this record, honestly, these songs on this record are about 6 to 10 years old. I've been sitting with them. And I just felt like that these moments of time and every song, it's something for everybody on this song. That's why I titled the album, "God Can Make It Beautiful."
Man.
I love that. That's powerful. And there's so many ways we could take this. We just chopped it up last week with Vaughn Mitchell on this very same show. We were speaking about there being a season for songs. And I was telling him, why do you feel like music is in our genre is not paid attention to? And or not that it's not paid attention to, but as much as the secular. sometimes, and why can't we see the progress in the results that the world sees sometimes behind making what we want to make music, which is why most of the time some of us try to cross over because we do it for monetary reasons of that nature sometimes. Um, and he was saying, it's not that. Well, he felt his thought was it's not that he feels that people are not streaming our music as much. Is that people pay attention to the gospel as needed when they're going through something, then they want to listen to a particular song. And he spoke about a couple of his songs that didn't hit big till years later, to when hurricanes happen and things of that nature. Now people want to go back and pull on that. So that's important what you just said. Just because you did it 9-10 years ago, it's just as relevant today.
Relevant today, exactly.
Because now this is the time we need to hear it, and that we're all there, man. And that's why I asked you about it, because I'm listening to the words. And as a songwriter myself, I always listen to content. I don't listen to the beat anymore. That's when I was young. As I got older, I listened to, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You have something to say, and that's imperative for such a time like this. Stan, how important is it to make music from the heart as we get ready to leave in a few minutes? But we want to encourage those other songwriters out there that's watching, you professionals here.
Oh man. Well, there's a saying that what comes from the heart reaches the heart. I truly believe that if you're using your heart to be pure and create something that will be reached by the people, that's always the best way, in my opinion. In my opinion, that you've gotten to a good place when you know the difference between ability and purpose, and when you're creating with purpose. But when you're creating just because you can, like there's a difference there. All of us can go in here and crank out something and create something just because we have the ability to do so. But if we go in with the purpose, with the divine purpose, there's a huge difference in what you're making. And to be honest, it seems to be proven when it's created, with the right intent and with the right heart to do so. So that's been my story, actually. I can always tell a difference, by the results when songs are out and, people like it, or, they'll listen to it and they dig it for like 2 days versus 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've had those experiences before. So, I think when you have that intent, you'll be fine.
I love that. Making last, like Jay-Z said, I want to be I'm the person that looked at the Mona Lisa and said, that'll be dope in 10, 20 more years, as opposed to being in that white light, that they call it, that fast track moment. You hot for the first 5 years, and now the next 20, whatever happened to so and so? You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be the person. And watching, and I was talking to my brother about this the other day. I'm letting him chop in real quick, because we was talking about that, the significance and the importance of, staying the course all the way through. Because we could have easily been that, oh, son, so-and-so was dope, man. What are they doing now? What are some things that you've done, Charlie? Share some of your personal testimonies. What are some of the things that you have done to make sure, no matter at what stage in the game, you were going to be around?
Man, one thing I understood very early is waiting my turn. Waiting my turn and being okay with God's time, not being my time. I understood that a God who employs time, sometimes we feel like it's a stop clock that we're on, and sometimes it feels like time stopped. All God was allowing me to do was catch up with my potential. That's all he was doing. And looking back on it, sometimes, Jason, we think we're somewhere that we're not. And all God is doing is pausing the hands of time for us to catch up with his potential for his destiny, not his destiny. So I look back at some of this stuff, man, and I see some of my friends, man. Some of these people that I admired, Trevone, I said, oh my God, they've blown up. They're traveling. They're doing records, Trevone. Those people are not even in music anymore.
A lot of.
This is hilarious.
Wow.
But these were the people that I looked up to. They're not even in music anymore. And I've learned the importance of waiting your turn. Waiting your turn, man. And it goes back to what we was talking about earlier. Listen, y'all, I just didn't want to be a noise. I wanted to be a sound.
Come on.
You have to ask yourself, what artists are you in this season? Are you a noise or are you a sound?
Wow.
I had to be a sound. And when you're going to be a sound, it takes time. It takes time for that sound to reach and travel the distance it needs to go to land where it needs to land. And that's important, man. So, listen, I tell you, I just admire Jason. I see him and James Daly. These guys are, both of them, phenomenal artists. Their
Yes,
music is out, and those of you, please go buy it. Seriously. I watch these boys daily grind. They're adding. They're just not sitting around waiting for a handout. That is important too, Trevone. I understood that faith without works are dead. So I've learned that the works is important. The works is
Come on.
important. Let's not just drop singles. Let's drop impact.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's not just drop albums. Let's drop change. And when I listen to what you boys are doing, it is so encouraging. And it just shows me that when it's your time, it's your time. Maximize your moment. And I'm looking at James maximize this moment. I'm looking at Jason. I'm looking at Stan, Trevone, you. I'm just proud of my brothers. I'm proud of my brothers because this is what it's about. And wait a minute. He just didn't play a song. He played us a record.
Right.
That demo.
Right.
He played us a record.
That's right.
And that's important. That's important. I was listening to the clarity. There's certain things I'm just listening for. And I'm like, okay, this brother took his time with this. And that's important too, Trevone. I've learned that the details are just as important. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes, listen, let me tell you something. Don't ever let nobody make you feel you too much of a perfectionist. I don't care if it take you all year or all night. Do what you have to do to solidify the perfected sound that need be today. And brother, I'm telling you, I'm gonna support you.
Thank you, man.
I'm going to. I'm gonna tell everybody I know to get it. I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Amazing, seriously.
Thank you, man.
And I want to let
Means
y'all
a
know
lot.
if people love the song in the chat, they make sure y'all go download it at midnight. It's because all of this music is gonna be available.
Download it.
Yeah, download it.
Don't y'all rip it off now. Don't y'all rip it.
Can you
Come
even
on now.
do that anymore?
Go and
I don't
get
even know
folks
if
is
you can do
doing
that.
it.
Oh, I didn't
People
even know you
doing it.
did. Oh, wow. Well, almost
Buy it,
there.
support.
And shout out to Big T from WNZN. I know y'all gonna be playing it down as well. I see on their show and you love to. Shout out to all of y'all, man. But anyway, James Mable, what do you got to say to back up on that?
Gary just said it all, man. I just want to say, in those moments, in those seasons that Jason was just talking about, it's very, very critical and a necessity to always anchor down the substance of your life in those moments. If you are in this for the wrong reason, you will fade fast.
That's true.
If you are on this,
that's true.
In this phase,
Pastor Mable, say that one more time. Say it one more time. If you in what?
If you are in this journey and in this race for the wrong reasons, you will fade fast.
Come on.
That's good.
Easy. I would rather, I'm 30, 36. I feel like I'm 56 with 7 permanent screws in my foot. But I tell you what, I am now enjoying this thing called staying steady.
Yep.
And remaining as Perry was saying, consistent and just grinding every single day and keeping your why, like anchor down your why at all times. And that will hold you when those seasons of, man, it feels like I'm not going anywhere. But in totality and reality, you're actually always moving. It just doesn't seem like that in your own spectrum. But God is positioning you and processing you for your time. And again, I absolutely love, like Perry said, when I can get on social media and I see my fellow brothers doing what they have been purposed to do. Back to what Stan said, it's so key that when you discover your purpose and why in the world did the Lord put you on this earth, his green earth, then it's such a freeing experience as you move through. And if your why is intact, you keep your eyes focused, even through those, what we consider in our human nature, setbacks or being stagnant. God has a way of allowing all those situations to propel you to your next dimension. So, I mean, I'm proud of you, Jason, man. I mean, it's a blessing. It's a blessing, man, just to look around and just see.
Same to you. Same to you.
Yes.
Hey, check this out. I'm gonna say tonight you get the album, and then tomorrow at 8 p.m. on Facebook you can see us live.
Okay.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's what's up.
That's a deal.
So you get the album at midnight.
Dope.
And then the live album concert is at 8 p.m. I got it. It's crazy. We're gonna drop that as a whole nother record because it turned out so good. So you can watch us at 8 p.m. on my Facebook page and on Balika B's Set Apart and Chosen at 8 p.m.
Please send us a link. We're gonna be on there.
He going to
8 p.m. tomorrow night, Eastern Standard Time. Everybody can watch live.
It's amazing.
The whole album.
And I want you to know as we closing, what you're seeing on this screen tonight is years and years of preparation.
Talk about it.
These gentlemen, Stan Jones, these not no fly by night people, man. Charles Perry, Jason Clayborn, James Mable. These not no fly by night people. This is years of preparation. So if you want to know why, how come my time ain't come yet? Keep preparing. Keep preparing. Keep preparing. Don't quit just yet, baby. There is something special for those who are willing to stay in the wait and work while they're waiting.
Yeah.
That's the best way I could put it. To work while you're waiting, prepare. There's nothing like a good, y'all gonna see it tonight at 10 o'clock. We're getting ready to get off here, but at 10 o'clock, you're gonna see what preparation does when LeBron James.
Trayvon, let me say this. Can I say something right quick?
Go ahead, Brody.
Hey, man, what you just said, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. In Proverbs, man, Bible says this: a blessing or an inheritance gained too soon can be detrimental in the end.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
So give it some time. If you give it some time and
that's so good.
Wait to let that thing marinate, I would rather go up steady than go up too fast and then have to
come on, Doc.
Exactly. That's so good. Because that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
It happens a lot, unfortunately. It happens a lot.
Yeah, man.
But that's why we got that's why we try to do these things, to try to help to stir some in the right direction. And those he that had an ear, let him hear. TD Jakes, I was watching him the other night and he blessed me so much. And he's speaking about it's a lot of us in church, but not many of us are converted, truly converted. And he was speaking about the importance of not just looking the part, actually being the part. And it blessed me so much because we live in a society where we're more concerned with looking the part than actually being.
Right.
Come on, Doc.
We will pay hundreds of dollars and thousands of dollars to look like something instead of just saying, let me take my time and invest it, because it takes a long time to be great.
It does.
Yeah.
Time. Nobody wants to hear that. Had some people started their career and they said, yo, listen, I'm gonna let you know right now, you could jump in this right now, but you probably ain't gonna jump off until like the next 16, 17 years. They would have walked away. They're like, oh no.
People don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that.
No. I'm not, what? 15, 16, 20 years? What you mean?
They definitely don't want to hear that.
They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. That's why we live in this society. That's why everything is so, you could buy bots, you could buy likes, you could buy this, you could buy that, and that, because that's what we want. We want that fast success. But I love what James Mable said. I love what he said right there, man. It's a blessing in the wait, man. It's a blessing in the wait. Stan Jones, ain't there a blessing in the wait?
You better believe it, brother.
You had to get off mute first.
Yeah.
Pastor Stan, is good talking to you, man.
Y'all too, man, everybody.
Before we get off, I just want you to tell them how many years you've been doing what you've been doing, brother, in waiting.
Oh man.
Until you got on. Now we can't even get a hold of you because you're on.
Yeah. No, I've been in this thing since I was like a kid, like a teenager. My first.
But you only 20. You only 21.
Well, yeah. It's the last 5 years then. But yeah, like, I was telling somebody, like, I remember my first entry was, I was a musician for a group called the Bolton Brothers back in the day.
Wow.
And yeah, so that's where I started. Yeah, man. So it was like a class for me, like studying those guys and everybody else who I was able to work with in some capacity. So yeah, man, I've been out here a long time. But thankfully, gospel music, that's why I hear people say, gospel music is terrible and horrible, but like I've been able to eat and feed my family or whoever needed to eat off of gospel music for years. So I mean, again, it goes back to what we were talking about before, purpose. And if you're just out here trying to do something just because you think it's cool, that will fade fast, as James said before. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. Follow your purpose and be true to yourself, to thine own self. Be true.
Come on in. Now tell them where they can follow you at, Stan.
I'm on social media everywhere, Stan Jones Music on Facebook and Instagram.
All right. Charles, closeout message, which you can tell them how to follow you.
They can follow me at the Charles Perry and on what is it? The Charles Perry on Instagram and Charles Perry Music on Facebook.
Jay?
Jason Clayborn 44 on Instagram and Jason Clayborn second page on Facebook. Love to, and then you can follow my choirs page, Jason Clayborn and the Atmosphere Changes. We'd love to connect with you, man, and I'm minister and come and be a part of anything you got going on. It's all God.
That's right. James,
congratulations, Jason, on your project, man.
Stan, thank you so much, man. It means a lot, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir, Jason.
James Trevone is wrapping this thing up for that game too, Doc.
He sure is, boy.
I'm like, okay, yeah, midnight, we got it. Come on, James Mable.
James Mable Jr. on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook, James Mable Jr. My album is out, The Journey 2.0. Single, It Shall Pass. Right now is number 19 on the Gospel Indicator chart. And climbing, we praise God for that. Website, jamesmablejr.com. Love to connect and fellowship with you, but stay the course. Don't get distracted.
That's it.
Pray and praise until your blessing comes. I'm saying it again, I'm done. Pray and praise.
Come on.
Until your blessing comes.
I love that.
Just give it to him.
I love that. We got to shout out our mother, Charlie. She's on here. Mommy, we love you.
Mommy, love you. That's my girl.
Yeah, we love you, man.
It's our girl, man.
And I gotta tease K-Joe, man. This boy's getting blown out by 30 points right now.
Who? Miami?
Oh, no.
Milwaukee is up by 30 points in the fourth quarter.
I did not tell him earlier. I said it's over. It's over.
Yeah, it's over. That's a quick day.
Milwaukee's on a different level this year. It's over, bro. It's over. I'm sorry to hear. Sorry to hear. Nice season, but you're going home. Just like we sent the Warriors home.
Hey, man, don't do that.
I'll keep Miami in prayer. Keep the Warriors in prayer.
Please keep.
Hey, wait a minute, bro. Wait a
time.
minute, man. Y'all getting out of hand on this.
Yo, Stan, how you gonna feel when Steph Curry come to play with LeBron?
That ain't gonna never happen, bro.
Why you don't think it? Listen,
don't speak too soon.
If Kevin Durant can get with you know who, why can't?
That's true. That's true. I don't see that happening because he is that franchise unless he gets frustrated enough to leave. I think he was frustrated after all the work he put in this season with no help virtually.
And yeah,
I think he was very frustrated by that. But I think with Clay coming back and
if he looks good, if Clay comes back looking good, did you see him shoot
33 points, 3-pointers, flat-footed? He wasn't even jumping.
You could do that. You know what I'm saying? You standing still. Wait till it's game time.
Don't be dumbing down the boy. I think when Clay comes back and they talking about adding some more bets to next season, so we'll see.
I'm gonna put it this way: they need more. Right? They need more. They need a whole lot more to talk about being in serious.
Yeah, in today's league, But it's so funny, man. Everybody talk that stuff. Like Kevin Durant used to dog out super teams because they said he was too much for the Warriors.
And now look at him.
Now look at him.
He created a Warriors here in Brooklyn, and I don't even root for him.
He got the whole league on his team. That's what I'm saying, man.
I know.
I don't even root for them sorry bums, and I live here in Brooklyn. Okay?
Oh no, the blood.
I don't like how they connected. But anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Everybody, y'all talk about basketball now. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you guys.
Somebody said Curry is a glorified haymaker. Who is Big T?
Now
I know it's time to go now.
That's Big T. He's from WNZN.
Okay.
And we also got a couple of other people. Lady Victory from KRRG is on here as well. Anyway, yeah, but Big T, I feel you on that a little bit. But anyway, Curry just needs to come over with us. That's anyway. Anyway,
oh man.
Until
come on over.
Yeah, he needs to come over because he ain't gonna never win with Clay again. I'm sorry. They need much more than just them two. They need a lot more. Because they'll be the Portland in Oakland. I mean, Portland ain't winning nothing. I mean, we love Dame, but he ain't about to win with just him and CJ.
Let's keep our Elder Curry in prayer.
We're gonna keep Elder Curry in prayer and pray he makes the right decisions this offseason.
Man, y'all wrong.
He won't be free to next offseason. But anyway.
It's time to go now.
Now you don't want to hear us no more. Yeah, God bless you. Get out of here.
May the Lord watch.
I thank all of my guests for coming on here, man. I tell y'all every week, every month, this is a blessing to me. Like K. Joe said earlier, and it's crazy because this is his second time being on it. He said what you guys say all the time. This is medicine for him. He said this was amazing just to come on. This is medicine for me. So I thank you guys for agreeing to do this with me once a month. And I appreciate you guys. I can't wait to Jay Clay's music drop tonight. I'm on it.
Me neither.
I'm posting it all over the place. I'm gonna act like I just dropped the single. That's what I'm gonna
do.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Me too.
That's what I'm gonna do.
acting.
I'm gonna act like
I love y'all, man.
We gotta celebrate each other like that. That's what it's about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's how we gotta do it.
I love y'all cats.
Follow me on Instagram, Trevone Perry _ Facebook page, Trevone Perry and Divine Purpose, because I'm all out of friends on, but I'll delete somebody. Send me a request anyway. I love you guys. Until we meet on next month, please remember to live in purpose for the purpose God has over your life. We love you.